kind of weird how you make plans in the future? All those plans, for example, for me, we're planning on traveling the world and spending some time in San Diego. I would like to live there at least a year, and then I don't know from there. I just want to experience life to the fullest while we can do it. But my plans always involve the kids and the dog, so everything has to go and work around them. But then I'm like, isn't it weird that couple years, she's already started her second year in college. In a couple more years, she'll be done with her bachelor's degree and most likely off getting her master's and working somewhere. Hopefully that we can be living near each other. And same with Noah, he's gonna be grown within a few years, and 2, 3, 4, 5 years goes like this. As many of you know, it just goes by so fast. And the older we get it, the faster it seems to go. I'm thinking in my mind, many of you can relate to this, where in your mind you think life's gonna be kind of like how it is now, like always. One of them is, I don't know why I wasn't even thinking this, but in my mind I'm thinking Cookie and Marvel are going to be with us for like ever. And then I looked it up and I asked my niece, who's a vet tech, and she's like, well, Chihuahuas only live to 14 to 18, maybe 19 years old. So in my head, I've got Cookie and Marvel with me for life, and the kids in my mind for life. Like they're going to be in my life like they are now always, and that's not going to be the case. If we do go to San Diego, say in 2 years from now, I hope and I pray that Cookie will still be around. He'll be 14 by then. I think he'll be around. He's pretty healthy, and Marvel will definitely be with us. But you know, and then in my mind, I'm planning on the 3 bedrooms, 2 baths because there's 4 of us. But you know, Willow's saying, well, maybe I'll get my own apartment, you know, if she decides to start working. Same with Noah, he may start working and decide to get his own place. And then I told Rick, I said, you know, if the kids ever move out, you and I just need like a studio, because I think it's probably better for us because, well, besides the cost, the more comfortable and bigger your house is, the less you want to go out and do things. Because I told them, I said, when we go off to San Diego, we want to live in downtown. I said, there's a lot to do. I want to see everything that this place has to offer, get on that Amtrak and head out all the way up and down the Pacific Coast, check out LA, jump in the truck, hopefully we'll have a truck by then, head off to the mountains, go hiking. Walking is one thing I could do pretty comfortably without hurting myself, so I always love walking or hiking or whatever you want to call it. As long as I'm not carrying a backpack, I can do pretty good. I told Rick, I said, you know, I want to make sure we stay active as long as we can, because I think the more active we are, the longer we'll last. And the more things we could do, the more things we can explore in life. I was just thinking about that, about how strange it is to think about my life without the kids being kids and being grown with their own lives, their own jobs, their own apartments, their houses, a Cookie. Oh. The thought of it, that he won't be with us one day. Marvel most likely would go with Noah if he were ever to move out, since he's become attached to him more than anybody. He has more time, free time to play with them and things like that. It's gonna happen all very quickly for us. I know those of you who are empty nesters probably can relate and know more than me on how it's gonna feel like or what it's gonna be like. I'm afraid it's gonna feel a little empty, like I told Rick, are we gonna like stare at each other and say, what are we gonna do? I don't think so. We're gonna make sure we stay busy, doing the things that we love to do. I'm loving doing this YouTube channel, and I love you guys. And he likes the photography, taking me places. But I think once we move out that way or traveling, we won't be doing a lot of driving, so he can enjoy not driving and take those pictures while on the train or the bus or whatever we're on, or bike riding. We need some more GoPro attachments, you know, so he could put the camera on his head or on his chest or whatever, especially if he decides to learn to surf. Down here in Florida, we don't have really big waves to surf, even though they do paddle boarding here. They got paddle boarding here, but I never got into it, and I haven't gotten into the kayaking. Well, I have trouble with my arms, but we haven't gotten into kayaking because I don't want to do it in the rivers because of the snakes and alligators. I know people do it all the time, but I'm not real, you know, keen on that. You know what? I don't even know if San Diego has alligators. I don't think they do. Do they? That's why we are going to do this, so we can experience and learn about that area. Traveling, like vacationing, is not for me something I like to do, because I like to stay in one place and go on day trips and then come back and be comfortable in my own bed and go out somewhere else the next day and explore the area. We've been down here in Florida for almost 7 years. It took us that long to see everything in this vicinity. Still want to see the Keys. I think we're ready for a change, and we do want to travel internationally, but I might postpone the international part of traveling until Cookie's not with us. And like I said, Marvel, he's a happy-go-lucky dog and happy wherever he stays. And it might just be Rick and me if the kids are working when we could do international travel. That may be, 4 or 5 years from now. In the next 2 years, I would definitely want to get out to California. So I'm leaning more, because when I first made my huge announcement video, our original plan was to travel the different countries first, put all our stuff in a pod, have it stored, do our traveling, and then head off to California. I just don't want to leave the dogs like that, and especially Cookie, for that long. So I think what we'll do, this is today, I may change my mind, and tomorrow we got other plans, is head out to California first. There's a lot we could do. And from San Diego, we could visit Tijuana, Mexico, and go up and down the coast, hit Las Vegas for a day too. I've been to Las Vegas, and that was 30 years ago, so it's changed. But that's a place maybe I'd only want to see for a day or two. But there's other places like Reno and other places out west, Yellowstone. There are a lot of places in the west that we want to explore. We may do that. We may go to San Diego first. I don't know if I want to get like a 6 months lease in case I find someplace else I want to stay at first, or usually it's less expensive when you sign a year lease, and a year goes by very quickly, and I think it's going to take us a year to see everything there is to see in that county alone, and from there head off to our next location. Costa Rica is only a flight away, so if Rick and I just want to go and the kids want to stay behind to watch the dogs, or want to go just for a week or two until we could stay longer, that's something we could do too. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know where we're going. I know we want to travel. It's just weird. Like I said, kids, they might be with us or they may not. And same with the dogs. Who knows? We'll see. I hope you're with us and that we could share with you, because it's a lot more interesting to share the things that we're doing in our life when we have someone to share it with. I really appreciate you folks being there. It's like watching a movie and you don't have anybody to watch it with. It's not as much fun. You want to talk about something and you got nobody to talk about it with because no one watched the movie with you. It's the same with the things that we're doing in life. It's a lot more fun when you folks are watching, so we could share and you can give us comments and what you think and give us ideas. You guys give me all kinds of ideas, so I appreciate it. Well, thank you. Thumbs up if you like this video, and especially if you know what I'm talking about. If you're an empty nester, tell me your experience. Better yet, make a video on it, and I'd love to see it. And we'll see you next time.